Now, let me not take it too far, but it's another example of how quick and fast Nike is with their marketing. Perfect. Shedeur is the perfect athlete to work with. He's unique. He sticks to himself and his family for the most part. He's marketable. He's charismatic. He smiles. All of the above. And Nike is so quick with the timing. They say only a matter of time.
Nike just picked their quarterback of the future, and it's not the golden boy you were promised. The room went quiet, the timeline exploded, and somewhere in Texas, a famous last name realized the spotlight doesn't come with a lifetime warranty. Shedeur Sanders just got the kind of Nike deal that doesn't slide across a table. It lands like a jet on a private runway, floodlights on, red carpet rolled, and a voice that basically says,
yeah, ultimately not good enough. Obviously, you don't want to start off the season 0-1. They're a good team, but I thought we beat ourselves a lot, and that starts with me, and I got to play better for us to win. Can't wait till the second half to kind of get things going. Yeah, it didn't start fast enough. Took a whole half for us to kind of even get the ball down the field. So that starts with me. Got to get back to square one and get back Monday and go prepare for San Jose.
Kid, it was only a matter of time. That's the headline. That's the moment. And yes, Arch Manning lost his cool while the crown got yanked mid-ceremony. If you blinked, you missed it, but the shockwave is still rattling helmets. Here's why this matters now. The league is a business of attention, leverage, and timing, and Nike has the fastest trigger finger in sports marketing. They didn't just make a bet. They declared an era. Shedeur is marketable, charismatic, and dangerously composed, and they move.
So now it sounds like the Cleveland Browns are going to all but imprison Shedeur Sanders in the football sense of a very talented rookie quarterback who obviously needs reps.
There was one kind of knucklehead play call where it was 4th and 1 and we went empty. And I'm like, you got a rookie quarterback. You got a rookie quarterback who hasn't been getting reps, and you're going to put him in empty and 4th and 1 where he's like, if there's ever a time where you got to be able to pre-snap, recognize pressure, slide protection, that know your hot checks.
Moved with their signature speed. Ad ready, roll out clean, messaging sharp. If you think this is a cute endorsement, you're missing the plot. This is a power transfer. And if that sounds like hype, I'll show you the receipts. A rookie contract setup that reads like a veteran's dream, coaches shocked by his precision in a short rookie camp window, and a brand campaign titled like a prophecy. Only a matter of time. So here's the plan for the next few minutes. We're going to pull apart how Nike set this trap door under the old expectations, why Shedeur's first impressions at the next level felt like a slap to the narrative, and how the Arch machine learned the hard way that pedigree can't outrun momentum. By the end, you'll
Training camp, they love this kid because he's special. He got raised by the athlete I think was the greatest athlete in the history of sports. It's in his bloodlines. He was raised around stars to be a star in the National Football League. I said, again, a first guess, before last college football season, he should be the first overall.
Understand why a rookie who hasn't called a single NFL huddle already has the league leaning in, and why that's not a scandal, it's a scoreboard. Start with the part nobody wants to admit out loud. Shedeur is the perfect partner for a brand that thrives on timing. He's unique, family-centered, camera-ready without trying, and he smiles like someone who knows he can cash the check and still show up early to work. Nike loves that. They don't wait for committees, they pounce. While the ink on the analysts' preseason takes was still drying, the swoosh hit publish on a campaign that felt...
The Browns 17-16. The Browns outgained the Bengals 327-141 and had the ball for nearly 36 minutes, but it wasn't enough. And this is why you need to find your quarterback. I don't know why y'all fooling with Joe Flacco. Y'all know Joe Flacco's not taking y'all anywhere. He's not your quarterback of your future. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose trying to find out who my quarterback is. That's just me. I don't care. I don't care if it's Gabriel. I don't care if it's Shedeur. I don't care who it is. I just know Joe Flacco ain't your quarterback.
It don't matter who was at the quarterback. It could have been Patrick Mahomes. It could have been. It could have been Lamar Jackson.
He missed the field. You missed the field goal.
Like a spoiler. When you get your opportunity, create your next one. That's not copy. That's a mirror. The public sees it, the players feel it, and the message is unmistakable. Meanwhile, the chosen one aura around Arch started to flicker. The Wi-Fi went out. The hype machine sputtered. The kid with the last name that once moved mountains suddenly looked like he'd shown up to a parade for someone else. And then the ball snapped. Strip away the noise and it's simple. Sooner or later you have to play.
Starter. Joe Flacco got off his couch and won Comeback Player of the Year in 2023 for the same coach. He knows what Joe Flacco can do. Joe Flacco has been doing this a long time. You can argue his run to a Super Bowl is the greatest run we've seen by a quarterback because of who he had to go through.
I don't know about that.
The preseason, no, I'm saying you can argue it. The preseason, Keeb can attest to this. We've been in training camp killing our bodies. You get in a preseason game, even though you want to play, you're not.
The young man you watched at Colorado, the one who turned Saturdays into streaming events, stepped into the next level and looked like the same precise, unbothered surgeon. Not perfect. Nobody is on rep 1, but calm in the chaos, surgical in the short game, dangerous when the lights got hotter. Coaches reportedly walked out of rookie camp blinking like they'd seen a 10-year vet rent a rookie uniform, his touch and tempo so clean it felt unfair. That's not a vibe. That's evaluation. Add it to the file. Now hold that picture and set another scene. Shedeur, understated, gifting his receivers prime DT96S as a quiet, I see you before kickoff. Not everybody got a pair, supply is supply, but the point landed. He didn't gift them a speech. He gifted them a standard. It's small, it's human, and it's telling. He's not merely curating a brand. He's building a room. That will matter when the huddle gets real and the schedule gets rude. If you think this is all commas and ad shoots, you're missing the shift. This isn't just endorsement money. This is cultural capital. Veterans who have bled through a decade of Sundays are waking up to a world where a rookie arrives with more leverage than their last 3 deals combined, and the rookie doesn't strut, he studies. That's threatening on a visceral level. Not because he's loud, but because he's focused. Imagine being a 10-year pro reading the headline, most paid rookie in history, before the first official snap. Your ribs still remember December. Your shoulders still click on cold mornings. He shows up with the bag, and then behaves like he's broke. That's the part that keeps you up. There's an older story that thought it would never age. It goes like this. The Manning name is royalty, the league adores legacy, and destiny is a family plan. Nice story. It just ran into reality. Destiny doesn't sign deals. Last names don't score touchdowns. And the league stopped waiting. Arch is pacing, collecting grace, getting patted on the head for growing pains like it's kindergarten. Meanwhile, Shedeur is being treated like a grown man with a franchise's Sunday mood in his hands. He didn't coast in on anybody's shoulders. He fought through the sneers. He stared down the doubts. He stacked moments you can't fake, tight spirals into small windows, pocket patience when the pocket is lying, precision when the route tree is vibrating. Nike saw the same tape everybody else did. They just had the stomach to move first. Picture draft night as the public finally does the math. Arch, polished, expecting the orchestra to swell on cue. But the camera can't stop drifting. It turns again and again to Shedeur, whose entrance feels less like a walk and more like a cutscene in a game everyone wants to play. Networks salivate. Sponsors pre-approve. Defensive coordinators start having those late breakfasts where the eggs get cold. The plot writes itself. The league wants stars who can light up both the stadium and the timeline. Shedeur checks both boxes and draws a third. And since we're talking boxes, let's open the one marked Cleveland. The whispers say day one starter energy. The believers are already ordering that 1-2 jersey, and no, they don't mean Brady. It's a tidy story that knows its audience. Ohio faithful looking for a new reason to believe, and a rookie who could be the best in the room from the jump. If that irritates you, you're probably not wrong about the stakes. A guy this rich, college nil stacked, father a legend, should feel comfortable. He doesn't. He behaves like someone who's been underpaid by the universe and intends to settle up. That's terrifying. Because hunger plus resources is a wrecking ball. Pause. Let's run the value loop on the Nike piece, because this is where the playbook flips. Context. Colorado was a ratings magnet. Every throw was a meme waiting to happen. Every sideline shot turned into a conversation. Application. A signature shoe isn't hypothetical. It's a logical next move when you control both the collegiate past and the professional present. A Nike school doesn't want another brand on the feet of its moment maker, and the swoosh doesn't want a competitor on the field of its future. Framing. If a Prime 2 or a number 2 signature had existed before that record breaker versus Colorado State, the eyeballs would have shattered a counter. That's the machine we're watching spool up in real time, product aligned with performance, story aligned with sales. Now swing back to the field and order the arguments the way winners do. Second best first, strongest second. The second best point is that Shedeur's demeanor sets him apart. You could give him a parade, and he would use it as cardio. Practice looks like war prep. Reps are treated like threats. He returns to the sideline and orchestrates, talking to linemen about timing, checking with backs on reads, tapping receivers on stems like a musician tuning a band. He runs the show. That demeanor is rare in a room full of alphas. The strongest point? He's already translated. Players don't always carry over. Saturdays lie. But watch the tape. He brought the habits that travel, touch with anticipation, tempo under duress, and a brain that hunts the second window without panicking in the first. People called him the most pro-ready since a certain Andrew Luck prototype and then fixated on the label without understanding the recipe. Pro-ready doesn't mean superhero. It means the mistakes will be smart, the fixes will be fast, and the ceiling will be limited only by boredom. He doesn't get bored. Here's the twist that separates highlight merchants from headliners. He flopped in a spot, and the grace that others begged for Arch wasn't necessary here. He took the bad night on the chin, called it what it was, too slow a start, can't wait a half to get going, then circled Monday on the calendar like an enemy. That's how grown pros talk. Not the guys reading their own press releases. The ones who are allergic to excuses. When he says back to square one, that's not cliche. That's code for, we're not hoping the next game is better. We're building it that way. Meanwhile, Arch is still being protected by the narrative bubble wrap. It's his first start. Nobody expected a win. He didn't do that bad. That safe corner used to be cozy. Now it reads like a caution sign. Because here's the truth. The NFL doesn't pause the season so a last name can find its footing. The channel doesn't freeze so a prince can grow into a suit. The story moves with or without you.